Children, now we are going to take up our chapter number 6 from Beehive, My Childhood by APJ Abdul Kalam. This lesson is taken from the autobiography of APJ Abdul Kalam. And this lesson deals with the childhood of APJ Abdul Kalam. When APJ Abdul Kalam was a child, their family used to live in Rameshwaram, and he had 3 brothers and 1 sister, and the entire family used to live in Rameshwaram in a particular street called Mass Street. His father was very simple and his mother was ideally suited to his father. They were made for each other. He has learnt honesty and self-discipline from his parents. When Kalam was 8 years old, Second World War broke out. All of a sudden, Second World War started, and with the beginning of Second World War, there was an unprecedented demand. There was a great demand for tamarind seeds. The reasons were not known. There was a demand for tamarind seeds, and APJ Abdul Kalam writes that he used to collect all the tamarind seeds and used to sell, isn't it, to the local grocery shop. He used to sell all the tamarind seeds and used to get 1 anna in those days. That's what he writes. And his cousin Samsuddin was a newspaper agent, and because of the Second World War, the train halt was suspended in Rameshwaram, and he had to help his cousin Samsuddin in collecting newspapers, and he became the helping hand of his own cousin Samsuddin. That's how he got his first earning, first wages, first money he earned because of his cousin Samsuddin. That is what also he writes. Kalam's family respected all the religions, and there were people of different religions living together in Rameshwaram. Kalam and their family were, isn't it, quite large-hearted and tolerant people, and believed that all religions were quite respectable. And he had 3 friends. One is in his school, he has got 3 friends. The first one is the son of the high priest of Rameshwaram temple, isn't it? Ramanatha Shastri is the son, and he is the son of the priest of Rameshwaram temple, Pakshi Lakshmana Shastri, Aravindakshan and Sivaprakasan. These were the 3 friends of APJ Abdul Kalam, and even though they belonged to different religions, they did not have any differences among them. So Pakshi Lakshmana Shastri's son Ramanatha Shastri, Aravindakshan and Sivaprakasan. This Abdul Kalam was sitting with Ramanatha Shastri in the front bench, in the first bench of the class. One day a new teacher came and he was a Hindu teacher. He could not tolerate this Ramanatha Shastri, the Brahmin boy, sitting with Abdul Kalam, who was a Muslim boy, and he, because of his narrow-mindedness, asked APJ Abdul Kalam to go and sit at the back. So Abdul Kalam felt very miserable, very bad. More than Abdul Kalam, Ramanatha Shastri's close friend felt very bad about it, and he started weeping when Abdul Kalam went and sat in the last bench. So after coming home, Ramanatha Shastri informed everything, whatever that has happened in the class that day with the new teacher. And this Pakshi Lakshmana Shastri, the high priest of the chief priest of the Rameshwaram temple, became angry and he called the new teacher and he scolded the teacher for his narrow-mindedness and asked the new teacher to apologize, otherwise he should leave the village, the island forever. So the new teacher changed his attitude from then onwards and he also apologized to the students. That is how, isn't it, the Ramanatha Shastri's father, Pakshi Lakshmana Shastri, was quite, isn't it, large-hearted and tolerant attitude he had. Next to Abdul Kalam had a wonderful teacher. Then his science teacher was a quite wonderful teacher, Siva Subramanya Iyer. That was the name of the science teacher. He was a very noble man, wonderful teacher with a broad perspective. One day he invited Abdul Kalam for lunch. He was also a Brahmin. This Siva Subramanya Iyer was a Brahmin. He invited Abdul Kalam for lunch. His wife, she was orthodox, quite conservative wife. She refused. She did not want Abdul Kalam to come and sit in her kitchen and eat because they were Brahmins and he was a Muslim. So she said that she would not serve this Muslim boy in her pure, pious kitchen. But his teacher Siva Subramanya Iyer was not at all disturbed. He called Abdul Kalam and he started serving this boy. And after serving, he also sat beside him and both of them, he started eating their lunch. Everything was seen by his wife, isn't it? Abdul Kalam was eating and her own husband Siva Subramanya Iyer was also eating. Both of them were eating similarly, and after eating also they cleaned the floor similarly. And after this she could understand that she made a mistake. Her attitude, her thinking was wrong. And next time, isn't it, when Siva Subramanya Iyer invited this boy next week for lunch, she changed her attitude. She understood that it was her mistake to think quite narrow mindedly, and she started serving this boy. That is what Siva Subramanya Iyer, his science teacher, was. And towards the end of this lesson, we could understand how Abdul Kalam, having completed his studies at Rameshwaram, he wanted to go to the district headquarters for higher studies. Ramanathapuram is the district headquarters. He wanted to go there. His mother was not happy because it would lead to separation. She was weeping, but his father told his mother that their children are born to them and they are not born through them, and they should love them, but they should not give their thoughts to them. Like that, she said, consoling his mother, who was weeping, who was grieving when Abdul Kalam was going towards Ramanathapuram, the district headquarters, for higher studies. That is the end of this lesson. Please go through the lesson.